Today, you're learning absolutely everything you need to know to become a pro in Arm Wrestle Simulator in the fastest possible time.
Nice.
Through tips and tricks, strategies, secrets, literally everything. Anyways, near the end is going to be the most important tip you could ever hear. If you're a noob, a pro, it doesn't matter. Now let's get into our first little trick. So the first thing we have got on the list is to redeem codes. Now, I'm not just talking about any usual codes that gives like one win. No, I'm talking about the good codes, which I will be giving. Like, are these codes meant to be for starters? There's literally a code that gives just one win. So if you don't already know where the codes are, press on store. You can see codes right here. Click on that, and voila. You are at the codes. So our first OP code will be thanks for 400 million. I don't think this is cap sensitive. If we press verify, you can see already redeemed. Now this gives a plus 5% strength boost and double wins for 4 hours. If you want my advice, I honestly don't think you should use it at this moment. I honestly think you should just save it for like good time when you need it the most. But no worries, because there are 5 more codes I need to show you. So the next one is Wednesday. Press verify, see, already redeemed. It's the same thing anyway. Next up, fixed. Well, I don't know what they fixed, but I'm thankful for this code. And the last one, that gives a plus 5% total strength boost and double wins, is actually 200 million. As you can see, press verify, already redeemed. There are 2 more codes that I deem useful, so let's just go right to them. First one is Enchantments. This code gives 3 rebirths. That's OP depending on when you use it. Like as you can see, my next rebirth costs this much. It's not really that much. I could have saved this code for like a 3k birth thingy-majig. So use that one again when you need it best. And the last one is Leagues. This gives a win boost as well, just like the first 4 codes. I don't know how long this one lasts, so you'll have to figure that one out yourself. Anyway, now that the codes are over and dealt with, let's get to our next tip. So this next tip actually takes place in the Atlantis world, which is quite funny. If it lets me in, there we go. So tip number 2, see the Atlantis egg over here? These pets are actually extremely good for if you're in the second world or the third world, because they're way better than the eggs from there. I think what I was meant to say is world 3 and 4. Oops. So yeah, instead of just rushing to the toxic place, best thing to grind here are these grips. But as you may see right now, even the grind process is slow. There's actually another way to speed this up. So if you go back to the beach while the Atlantis grips are in your hands, you can actually see that a world boost is applied. And yes, it does actually work. I've tried this out. I've tested this theory out, and I have concluded that it does work. Anyway, enough chit chat about the Atlantis world. Let's get to our third tip. So this next tip is about rebirths, but not any usual rebirth. I'm talking about super rebirths. As you can see, I've got 17 super rebirth stars, and for the first 15 it actually gives a 100% stackable boost. So always super rebirth, as some of you might not know the requirements to super rebirth. So I'm going to pull up this chart right now for you to see. Now, this is going to be super useful. You can pause the video, save it, do whatever. It's not mine. Sorry whoever made this. I forgot your name, so I can't give credit. So yeah, let's speed on to our next tip. So as you can see, we are gradually getting closer and closer to the good tips. And while we're on the topic of rebirths, let me just talk about the enchantments. Let's say there's a best friend's 5 or 4 enchant sitting here. Don't just ignore it. Save for it. And my reason behind that is because they actually go for a lot in the trading community. You can get so much good pets in trading. And not only that, it also works well if you have one good pet while the others are just terrible. So yeah, definitely be getting that. So on to our next trick. Our next trick actually involves the season pass. You know, the one that we all thought was useless. I mean, to be honest, maybe it's not as useless now. So I'm not just gonna sit here and say grind all the season pass levels to get this really bad pet. As some of you may have seen already, I've actually saved my boosts. Because if you save these boosts for the right situation, you're going to be thanking yourself, because this is an absolute time save. I'll definitely be grinding all of these quests. So with that aside, let's get to our next tip, which is always buy these trails ASAP, especially if you're stuck in a world. It doesn't matter how much total strength you have, because that 100% double boost, as you could say, is actually applied after all of your total strength. So your total strength is doubled. So this next tip is actually quite underrated, probably because it's new, but whatever. Always check on quests, because you can get some of the easiest quests. Since it hasn't necessarily got the best reputation, people always skip them and just they don't even bother checking. But every once in a while you will see an easy quest just like this one, and you do not want to miss it, because there are free tickets, free boosts, and most importantly, free cogs. But not only that, they also give you easy on. This one hasn't got any keys, so that kind of sucks. If you don't know already, tickets allow you to draw cogs to make these pets. But yeah, always check on quests when they refresh every hour. On to our next trick. I don't know why, but so many people have seemed to miss this trick. Because, well, I don't know why. You should always use an Autoclicker instead of Auto Fight and Auto. It's 2 times faster. As you can see, I'm pulling out my Autoclicker right now. And if I just auto punch like this, it's actually going 2 times faster than this auto train. Same for auto fight, like I said. As you can see, this is the normal completion speed. If I use an auto clicker like this, it goes 2 times faster. So yeah, definitely use that. So our next trick is actually pay to win cringe. Yep, you heard me. But if you're buying a game pass, this is quite obvious, but always buy VIP before anything else. It's triple training earnings and a custom tag. Wow, you can flex on your friends that you've spent Robux on this game. No way. Since I know some of you don't have any Robux, I will do a Robux giveaway if this video gets 75 likes. And I can't think of a better place to do that giveaway than my Discord server. Link will be in the description also. Anyway, forget the Discord, let's go on to our next one. So normally you would open all, go to arms, see that it's not better than your best, delete it. But no, that's a big mistake. You actually want to go to the golden machine and test out your luck, because there is a slight chance that if this succeeds and turns golden, your new arm is going to be better than your best. I don't know about you, but I think that is a complete W. So yeah, that's that tip. Now we're getting into the final tip before I tell you about the biggest tip that most of you don't know. So yeah, let's get to it. Now this next tip is actually involving the index. I don't know why so many people forget this, but if you look at the bottom right, you can actually see that you can unlock an extra pet slot by getting 50 pets discovered. And if you want to know how to get 50 eggs discovered easily, just spam open each egg. Yeah, there's nothing more can say, except go for anything with a chance higher than 5%. Yeah, that's all I've got to say. And finally, we get to the final important tip. That tip is actually going to save you some Robux. It's a free game pass. And this game pass is indeed auto eggs. So if you want to know how to auto hatch any egg, just follow these steps. So as you can see, if you try clicking this button right here, or even auto clicking, you can see that the pet just doesn't disappear, preventing you from auto farming these eggs. But I've actually got a solution to that. So if you position yourself like me and keep spamming while holding down your spacebar, you can actually see that there's a split second where my mouse is hovering over the button, which is just what we want. You're going to want to turn your auto clicker on like this. As you can see, you are actually auto hatching. Nice try, devs, but you're not patching this one yet. And that there, folks, concludes the video. I really hope these tips have helped you, and maybe it will help some others. So if you've got a friend just starting out this game, I suggest you give them this video, because these tips are actually going to help them. And yeah, I've got nothing else to say. Don't miss out the giveaways on my Discord.